Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Welcome to Field of Geeks, episode 108. I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
Today we have a special guest, Tarrell Christie. Thank you. You're here. This is great. We've interviewed you before. Legendary filmmaker.
Yes.
Yes. We knew him first. Remember that, Hollywood. We knew him first.
Yeah, thanks for having me here in person. This is awesome.
I'm happy to have you here. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun this episode. So very, very cool. We got a lot of news to talk about. We're going to talk a lot of trailers. We got some catch up to do, but we'll get through them pretty quick. Some will last longer than others, obviously. Steve's got a huge Bumblebee tangent he wants to get into.
I've been waiting to talk about this for a very long time.
So this will be a two-parter.
Yeah,
easily.
probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll pull up a cot and get comfortable. So yeah, we got a lot of trailers, and we're going to discuss some of Tarrell's projects. And we got a new Star Wars series, Russian bots, all that great stuff. That's not what it's called.
Oh,
that's separate. That's separate. Apparently, there's a big conspiracy about The Last Jedi, which is very interesting and I guess makes sense.
Yeah,
after the fact, right?
Yeah,
because we certainly didn't hate it. We're going to talk some comics and whatever else comes our way. So
sweet.
With that said, let's start just, breaking in here. Chris Evans recently tweeted they wrapped Avengers 4. It was an emotional day. And he basically wanted to thank everybody for all the support and the memories. A lot of people take that as he's signing off. I guess you could look at it either way. Disney's very careful with what people say. Mm-hmm. Who knows if it means he's done or it's just in the moment he's thankful. But he's played the character for 8 years. He's been in 10 movies. What are your guys' thoughts on that possibility? And what would you like them to do with Captain America going forward?
Well, one thing that I wonder with this is because I don't see any other way for them to do one Captain America without Chris Evans. Mm-hmm. And so this makes you curious if this kind of confirms that he's probably going to die in Infinity War. Right. In which case, that just makes me so sad because I love Captain America, and
same.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is because his contract ends with Infinity War, and so I don't know any other reason he would have this big going away message.
Sure.
And I really don't I know there's a possibility of Winter Soldier or Falcon becoming Captain America, but
yeah.
I don't know if I'd really like that in the movie universe because Chris Evans is Captain America to me. I don't know. It just makes me sad.
Yeah.
I'm really scared for the characters.
Well, a lot of people were sad about how Infinity War ended. I'm like, just wait till Avengers 4.
Yeah,
that's going to be really bad. Because
Google Infinity War and what the story is. And don't worry so much about the deaths.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's a comic book. Relax. Or some people are coming back. Yeah, 4 is going to be much worse. What about you, Steve? What would you like to see the direction go?
As an insanely huge fan of the Ed Brubaker Captain America run, where Bucky becomes Captain America, I'd be interested in that take. But I'm kind of like you. I mean, from a visual perspective, it's been Chris Evans, and he's really defined the character. But at the same time, even in the comics, I wasn't hip on Bucky becoming Captain America.
Really? Yeah.
And then I'm reading the stories, and it's my favorite Captain America run. So who knows, I mean, they could go that way just because that's what they did in the comics.
Sure.
Or you know what? Maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just done and, he's goes and quits or, whatever he does.
Well, it's Marvel.
And he's done that in the Marvel universe too. He's like, screw this, I'm out of here. And,
well, spoiler, look at Red Skull.
Right.
That popped up again. And
which
I wanted that for so long. I'm like, that's his pinnacle villain, right?
Uh-huh.
The Red Skull. Like,
yeah.
Come on now. I even thought it was Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Right.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, that's great though. You can replace him, just do it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I think I could see both, since Sam Wilson was, the Falcon, he was also Cap recently in the comics. I could really see both of those guys coming together to honor their fallen friend.
Yeah.
Take up the mantle, both of them, and kind of just have a team cap or something like that. And maybe make it a way where Evans could come back in the future somehow, some way, you know, like I said, it's Marvel.
Books.
Yeah, exactly. There is a cool storyline. I don't know if they'll ever tackle it. Probably too serious, maybe, and I don't know all the details, but I know the main premise is Steve Rogers gets the super soldier serum taken from him, and I think he starts to age.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fascinating, I think, to see that. But, again, I don't know if I wouldn't want them to rush something like that.
Right. Well, he's killed that character, man. Chris Evans has.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
You know, in an era where the anti-hero is always so popular and, you know, moral questionability and that sort of things, you know, I always find it refreshing for a Superman-like character or a Captain America-like character, you know, to kind of just remind people that, you know, you don't always have to be a dickweed. Right,
exactly. Well, and hats off to Marvel because, you know, when they first announced, well, I'll take that back a little bit. When they announced Chris Evans, I was very worried. I was thinking Human Torch. He played a lot of cocky parts.
Right.
Just didn't have faith in him as an actor to have more range, you know? I feel like Ryan Reynolds kind of suffers from that, and that's why Deadpool works so well for him.
Right.
Not to say he doesn't have range, but Evans really surprised me. I was very pleased with how he took on the character.
Oh, he shut everybody up.
Yeah, he certainly
that was
did.
great.
He certainly did. And they gave him his iconic costume, and they did it in a way that was very genius, I thought, with selling bonds, you know, being very patriotic and embodying that whole time. I think he's done great work and should be very proud of what he's done. And, of course, what Marvel's done. I support him. Yeah. I know he wants to be a director. And he's older now, you know. I think it would be kind of surprising if Robert Downey Jr. stuck around, you know?
Yeah.
Which, you know, who knows? Maybe both of them will go out. I don't know. I mean, there's several things you could do with Iron Man as well, but we haven't gotten that tweet yet. So probably won't happen for a while.
Probably won't.
Avengers 4, that's going to drop May 3rd. So that's we'll be here before you know it. And that'll be Marvel's 22nd film.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
What a achievement.
Right.
And we'll get to talking about Venom soon, too. So they want to get there, right?
That's a quote unquote Marvel film, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. And don't worry. I'm sure you saw it. That they'll flash Marvel at you many times to try to fool you. Like, oh yeah, it's MCU property. Yeah. Kevin Feige himself. Yeah, he wrote the script. Yeah. So we'll get into trailers now. So many to talk about. This one will be brief. I just wanted to mention it because a lot of Transformer fans are very excited. I am too. I'm not a diehard Transformers fan, but I did have a few when I was a kid. And so it's nice to see them in their 80s form. Yeah. And that's what they have shown. Generation 1 looking Transformers in the new Bumblebee movie. So it looks really good. It looks like it's really going to capture a kid becoming an adult, having this car that can transform, do all these crazy things. It's an alien, you know, it's trying to take refuge. Military's after it. I think that's what the first Transformers had going for it in a way, was you had that Sam Witwicky character before it got too out of control and crazy. You know, it was kind of cool. You felt like, hey, I was a kid once. First car. This is cool. Yeah. This story looks like it's more grounded and probably going to hit the right notes. Haley Steinfeld, I think that's her name. Very good actress. True Grit. She was nominated, I think.
Oh,
she was 14.
Dude, she was awesome.
Yeah, she's been a great...
Okay, I know who she is.
Yeah, she's done great work, and she's delivering it here, too. And
she plays Bumblebee, right?
Yeah. How'd you know? Yeah, she just wears a cardboard costume.
Got it.
Yeah, budget's really low.
Perfect. Little indie film.
Yeah, a little indie film. Yep. But I'm looking forward to it. What about you, Tarrell?
Yeah, like similar to you, or I guess I don't know if you loved the first Transformers movie.
The very first one's my favorite.
Yeah, see, I love that. For a lot of the same reasons. It wasn't, you know, world being eaten by some giant, you know, thing in the plot. It was just like very like grounded, especially for like the first 2/3. It was really just focused on Sam and like really only Bumblebee, like just fighting, you know, it wasn't the other Transformers.
Right.
Yeah, this gave me a lot of the same vibes of that. And the parts where you did see Cybertron and all the battles on there just looks awesome. Like I'm not a giant Transformers fan, but even just seeing that, I feel like that's pretty much what the fans have been wanting to see.
Sure.
And it just looks awesome. So I'm actually really excited. I might actually see it, which I haven't done for the last 2 Transformers movies.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, you made a right decision there. Yeah, wow.
Is it in the same universe though?
See, that's what's confusing me. When we first started talking about this, to me, it was the last film of the Bay-verse, even though Bay had nothing to do with it. He wasn't directing it or not, and they were going to reboot after that.
Okay.
But seeing this Generation 1, I don't really want them to reboot after this, because you finally give people what they want. It's like, no, we're going to reboot, and we're going to do all this stuff.
Well, this is a prequel, right?
Yeah, but that's what's confusing to me. I mean, they do they give you the Bernie Mac voiceover about the car from the first film, but yet again, the Transformers look different, so I'm not really sure anymore if it's I thought it was a prequel. You know, I think it might break canon if it is, because I think Bumblebee came to Earth in the first Transformers, right? Or maybe he was already, I guess he was already here with the car. So
yeah, that's right.
Maybe it's in a way, a prequel reboot. I mean, or a vitalized look of the Transformers. I don't know. I just hope they don't reboot after that. I mean, movie could be a turd still. Who knows? A turd in the wind, right? But it looks really good, and I really have high hopes for it. When it transforms, they look like they really put a lot of effort into making it look real, probably as real as they did in the first one, maybe even more real, because the parts are more bulky. It's not so all this crazy metallic stuff happening. There's a scene there in the tunnel, and Bumblebee, he's got the passengers, but he's also got legs. You know, he's not fully, Bumblebee. And there's a scene where he leaps from a wall to a car, in front of a car. And it's funny because it's like the front end of the Volkswagen Bug Beetle, it's like sticking out with the legs going up, so it looks like a big Buddha belly. You know? It's just an interesting shot. I thought it was pretty cool, and you got John Cena as the main military dude, which when he first began his acting career, I thought it was a joke. But lately, I saw Blockers, and I'm impressed. He's very funny. So he's got that down. This will probably be more of a challenge. He's going to be a serious character. So some say he could be like the original G.I. Joe, and this is like a crossover. Might be interesting if they do that. Yeah. I think we'd like to forget those G.I. Joe films. The second one was better, right? But
I haven't even seen that one.
Will we be able to see him, though, in the movie?
What's that?
John Cena?
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Yeah. I didn't get that album. Joey did. He should be here. He should defend why he did that, why he made his parents do that. So yeah, I'm psyched, and whenever you get to seeing the trailer, Steve, if you ever do, I think you'd be impressed. I really do.
We'll have to give it a look.
Yeah. So we'll just grab you and take you to the film.
Yeah.
Just to tell you it's something else. That'll work. So Aquaman yesterday dropped a 5-minute trailer. I did not see that coming. Now I've seen like action figure, reveals, and it was like the iconic suit, and he had like sharp razor things on his gloves, and then there was this poster Momoa shared with a hand out of the water with the trident. So I was like, oh, maybe that costume was real, because I didn't want to get my hopes up. So we get to see this 5-minute trailer, and of course that's one of the big reveals. He's in the iconic costume, pretty much. They altered it a little bit, but it really sticks out, and I'm really excited. I was going to see it either way, but it looks like they polished the CG more. My complaint was there wasn't bubbles before when I saw it. Maybe I didn't catch it, but there was all these sharks moving. I'm like, this doesn't feel like they're underwater.
Right.
There's no bubbles. And so now it looks like they put some of that in, maybe. There's like capes, and there's bubbles off that. I mean, it's just like if you film something in the sky, you have to have like clouds to make it work, right? That's what I learned from The Aviator, But yeah, it looks fantastic. I am nervous. It kind of gave away a big action sequence, so that bothers me a little bit, but I'm sure they also cut some stuff too. But what do you guys think?
I agree. It looks incredibly fun. Yeah, it was a little weird just how long the trailer was. Like, I don't know if this was released for some type of like
international or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was very long, which I was worried that it would show too much, but there's still I don't know, but it does look super fun. I did love the costume reveal. It really gave me vibes of back when Man of Steel was coming out in the trailers, how they reveal him
Yes.
coming out in the suit.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
You know, and they're saying like we need a hero and stuff like that. It gave me a lot of those vibes, which is really cool. The only things I didn't really like, which maybe they just don't work trailer wise, some of the humor did seem a little bit like forced, like a little too much.
Like badass.
Yeah, that, or when he's like, "Why didn't we just pee on it?" You know, or like stuff like some stuff was just a little.
I don't like the
to me.
surfer dude vibe, you know, or the grunge rocker guy.
He's very bro.
Yeah, I just feel like he's not acting in those scenes. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I think he's better than
He's
that.
just being Jason Momoa.
Right. It's like, hey man, I'm
Yeah.
Aquaman. Yeah, they get in that fortress. He's like, badass. So like, oh, I don't know about that. Can we mute that part, WB? Yeah.
I wonder if he did that when he was like going to Casey's or something when he lived here in Iowa. They had
Wavelet
pizza.
Cafe.
Right. You know?
He's just like the character. I know. It's like he doesn't act. No, he's gonna kill me. Like he's listening. But if you're ever in the town, Jason, just pop on by and we'll have Steve take over.
Well, it's funny because I have him on the line right now. So, Jason, are you? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, man.
Yeah, right.
Badass show. I want to pee on it.
That's what we need. We need one of those effects where it can sound like
We're
on the
working on it.
phone.
Yeah, we need to do that.
And we can do fake interviews all day.
That's amazing.
long.
Oh, we could totally do that, especially on like a slow news cycle.
Yeah.
Just make up things. Oh, wonderful. Are you excited about it, Steve?
Yeah, I am. I'm watching it right now. It's and I did just watch the Bumblebee.
Ooh,
trailer
great. A live
while
reaction.
You were talking.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Tear in
and
the eye? No?
it looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, I didn't hear the sound or anything like
Right.
that, but just watching
Right.
it, I mean, it looks sweet. I love that scene where she's underneath the car
Yeah.
and the eyes light up. Holy fuck. You know, that was pretty cool. But right now I'm watching
It's
the drop of water go in like the crystal would go into the Fortress of Solitude.
You're right.
And
Yeah.
here it goes.
That is.
Yeah, so this is basically his Fortress of Solitude. And
Yeah.
Or like the end of Fifth Element.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
They need
that.
all the elements
Yeah.
to get the elements going.
Visually,
You ever seen
I
Fifth
mean, this
Element?
trailer looks
No,
pretty
never
cool.
seen it.
Oh, you gotta see it. You gotta see it. It's crazy
It's on my
movie.
list.
It's crazy, but
Jor-El.
Yeah.
Jarrell pops up.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe is in Atlantean armor for some reason.
Gungan City. All right.
Yeah, there's one part of the trailer. I don't know if it happened yet, but the where it's just the one long take and the action sequence that really blew me away.
I liked it.
When they're on the rooftop. That was crazy.
Oh,
And
I know.
That's James Wan, 100%.
I just hope
being an awesome
WB
director.
stays out of his way.
I
I think they
agree.
are. Man, that's been their downfall. These execs, they just
Yeah,
they don't know what they're talking about.
yeah,
This is visually pretty sweet looking.
yeah.
A lot of color pops. You know, it's
It feels like they took like what Wonder Woman did with like Themyscira and even just like pumped it up even more.
yes.
Yeah, it looks crazy good.
Almost looked like Asgard in that one scene, you know, just
Yeah,
how majestic and
Yeah,
you know, it
you're
was
right.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's very promising. Very brave of them to do that. It's not out till December 21st, so let's just hope they stop there. I think that's good enough. You're gonna
God,
give away
yeah.
the whole movie. If
Yeah,
you keep
5 minute
going.
trailer. We should probably.
I think we've learned from BVS, right?
Yeah.
That's just woof.
Yep.
Oh, sweet Black Manta.
Black Manta looks amazing.
I know, and you know what? It's funny. Some people are actually complaining. They're like,
Is it
he
his
looks
look?
goofy. I'm like, do you know the source? Shut up.
Yeah.
We want to have like a bike helmet on or something? Yeah, man, he's not
This
messing around.
this comic book character looks goofy in his costume.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Can we get an
people.
all leather outfit, please? Pronto.
No, she's running from Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, this is the part that's just one long take. Oh man.
no.
Oh man.
Again, they're not acting.
No,
This is frustrating.
this is real. Yeah.
Is
Man,
in
that
one of
is
those
great
dotted
direction right
suits?
there.
Yeah, this is all one take. That's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
great, but I'm like nervous. Like, this is kind of a big thing. You don't want to. You gotta be careful to give this stuff away.
Yeah.
They do make a cutscene though. I think towards the end. This is cool. We're getting
This
Steve's
looks sweet.
live reaction.
Yeah, that's really good. It looks a lot of
Was there a reveal yet of the suit?
no, 'cause
Not
that's like
yet.
the last shot. If I remember right. Yeah.
Come on, it's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it
Right
looks
now we
cool.
have it's Trident Wars.
Trident War.
It definitely seems like a different the further changes of like the DC universe.
Mhm.
Like this movie at all does not look like it's in the same universe of like Man of Steel.
Yeah, it
You
really
know, like
doesn't.
tonally,
The Zack Snyder filter is off.
this is completely this is not at all Zack Snyder.
And someone actually took, and you might know how to do this from your experience. They actually made the color pop for Man of Steel. It looked better. Like I get what Snyder was doing, right? You know, I think he did some good. I really do.
Oh.
I love Man of Steel.
Yeah.
There's the costume. Yeah, that looks cool.
Isn't that awesome? They went for it.
Yeah, that trailer. Okay, now again, seeing it with no sound.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Oh, you didn't hear the badass part then.
Jeff Johns is involved in the story.
There you go. Maybe it was, well, I know they keep changing direction with their leaders and stuff. This might have been his last.
Yeah, this is probably when he was under, or when he was, leading.
But if it's really great, then bring him back, hopefully.
He's in charge of the Titans on the network.
Yes, that's
Well,
coming
the network,
soon.
DC Universe.
DC Universe.
October 14th.
Yep.
Yeah, I was texting you the other night, and I said I was getting ready to watch it because all I saw was someone reviewing it and how great it was. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go watch it now. Well, yeah.
I know you got me excited.
I'm hunting for that thing for like 5 minutes. I'm like, is it somewhere else? You know.
Well, in the end, because I realized it's not out yet, and I was like, oh, maybe he's just like saying, I cannot wait for the Titans to
No, I was legit like looking for it, and then I Googled it, and I'm like, oh, October 14th. So
Yeah.
to get in my DeLorean and go to
there you go. Pick me up. I'll just get on the hoverboard and
all right,
follow
so
along.
I liked both Bumblebee and Aquaman trailers.
Excellent.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye. Breakthrough. If Steve can do it, you can do it. So go do it. Not right now. Listen to us first, and then you can go.
Or you
do
can pause us right now.
Yeah.
Do it.
You could. That'd be a long pause, right? So let's divert a little bit. We're going to talk The Mule, which is really not a geek film, I guess, unless it's like an unknown superhero character, The Mule. No, this I just wanted to talk about this. This looks really good. Clint Eastwood is back, and he's looking older than ever. And this character, at first I'm like, what's going on? He's driving a truck, and it's like, okay.
This is the drug movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I've seen this.
The reveal is when, did you see the?
Yeah. It was like one of those things where I wasn't intently watching it, but it was in the background and kind of a thing. And
he's clearly having a bad day. He gets pulled over by a cop. He's like, oh.
Oh,
hi,
Clint.
officer. He's a great actor. I got problems with some of his other stuff, but
like him or not, he's a legend. I mean, he's done a million things and
True.
A lot of stuff.
It
Escape from
looks
Alcatraz
great.
is one of my all-time favorite, Clint Eastwood movies.
Sure.
Really good.
Did you catch if it was directed by him? I did not.
I was looking for it. I couldn't.
I assume it is. He usually does his own films.
It
but
feels like something he probably made.
Grandpa is a cocaine drug trafficker.
Does it have
for
a
the
get off my
Mexican
lawn
cartel? Yeah.
Sort of vibe to it.
Yeah, he lived, and this is what he's doing now. He's smuggling drugs. So this is actually based on a true story.
That's right. I read that. Yeah.
Of a 90-year-old horticulturist, WW2 vet, transporting cocaine through Michigan for the Mexican cartel.
Wow.
So Earl Stone is the character's name. I'm assuming that's the real guy's name too, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
All-star cast. You got Bradley Cooper, Lawrence Fishburne, Michael Pena. December 14th, this is coming out. It looks really good.
I have just said a Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood
Clint
film.
Eastwood film. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that just kind of surprised me. I just thought it'd be cool mentioning that, especially you're a filmmaker. I'm sure you appreciate, especially the trailers like that, right? Steve was saying it's very formulaic, the trailer, but it got me.
It still tells a great story. As a trailer, so
you get the gist of it, and it looks like the daughter in the film is actually his real life daughter, Allison Eastwood.
Oh,
So yeah, it's kind of cool. Get the family involved. Yeah, I think his son needs acting lessons. Sadly,
I say he never puts his son in his movies. That's kind of
he
funny.
did for Gran Torino. He played a gangster wannabe kid. With
Oh,
the hat.
that's right.
He was young. He was young.
I forgot all about that.
He looks just like his dad. I hate to dog his acting, but it's probably the scripts too. He was in that Fast and Furious film, and it wasn't great. The lines he had.
He was in some movie, like a romantic type
Mm-hmm.
movie.
Oh, it was like the horse rider one or something.
They're like in an ocean or I don't
Ocean.
know.
Okay.
I don't know what, but a friend of mine, his friend, she was the love interest in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. So that was kind of
Nice.
interesting. So that was my first exposure to that kid.
Sure.
Was watching that. I love his face all beat up at the end there. Bradley Cooper.
Someone threw a chair at him.
Yeah, right.
And he was talking to it.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, Clint. I don't know if he's 90 yet, but that's what the story's based off of. He could pull a 90 off.
Right.
Yeah, he's
He could pull 90 off back in the 80s.
That's my grandpa making films still. You know, that's nuts. Just hard to imagine. Perhaps you'll be the same way. You know, of course, by then they probably have a cure for age. You know,
Exactly. Love
90s the new
movies.
20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. Yeah, it looks great. Holmes and Watson. This is John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell's third partnership team up film. They did Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. So far, so good when these guys get together. I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, and I know they've been talking about making this for a long time. I think clear back when they did Talladega Nights, the rumor was Sacha Baron Cohen was going to play Holmes or Watson, and Ferrell was going to be, you know, whoever he wasn't playing. They finally got the story made. It obviously doesn't star him, but great casting. I think it's extremely funny. I've watched it several times, and I still break out in laughter. It's just the little things, you know. I think it could please Sherlock fans as well as, you know, make them laugh. And it's like not to say it's this level, but it's kind of like a Monty Python take on Sherlock to me. What were your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, I didn't even need to see a trailer, just knowing it's the two of them.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Sign me up, right?
Yeah, I gotta see it regardless. But no, it looks super funny. And what I like about it is, one thing I don't like about a lot of comedies these days is that, like, they're movies, but it's really just people just kind of like standing around talking, and like that's the humor.
Yes.
Whereas what I like in this is that there's also a lot of like visual humor. You know, and like, yeah, and that's something that they're great at. You know, there's physical humor, and like it's all around just super funny, and I'm excited for it.
And their accents are great.
Yeah.
They make fun of, like, you know, they got the female doctor saying, "You're a doctor, but we have a real doctor here."
Yeah.
He's like, "Would you like some heroin?"
Yeah, that's funny.
And when they meet the queen, John C. Reilly is like, "I love you, Watson. She's a looker." Just all those little, you know, traits they have. I think it's gonna be really. I love when the killer bees break out and Watson's shooting them.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's just so ridiculous.
It looks really funny. Yeah. And it gives birth to the "no shit Sherlock" line.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, nice.
That's funny.
yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited about that. I didn't catch when that's coming out, but I hope it's this year still.
I'm sure it probably is.
Did you just watch it?
I'm watching it now.
Yeah.
He's got the camera like it's a selfie stick.
It's like a self-photograph.
That is hilarious. Oh, and he hits her in the face with it. That's good.
Yeah, because Holmes goes, "We should go by the window. There's more light." Oh, good idea. Then he goes, "Mother shit." And he goes to pick her up.
That was really funny, man.
It looks awesome.
Clint Eastwood's 88.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Well, he could pull off 90.
Yeah, right. Hey, he's not there yet.
How about you don't have coffee? You can look 90 for us for a couple hours today. Sounds good. So, moving on to more trailers. X-Men Dark Phoenix, or I guess you could say Dark Phoenix. They dropped the X-Men title. That trailer was released. What are your thoughts on the trailer?
I mean,
It's a winner.
see, like, here's the thing. Days of Future Past for me is like one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Honestly, the perfect ending to like those X-Men movies. Like, you could have ended it there.
You're right.
And then they did Apocalypse, which I didn't like. And I was like, well, okay, that's good or not good. And then, but then they do Logan. I'm like, all right, you sold me again. Let's just end the movies here.
Not yet.
And yeah, now they're doing Dark Phoenix, and like, I don't know. I don't see why it needs to exist. And
Right.
like, we've already seen a Dark Phoenix movie in The Last Stand. Which honestly I didn't hate that much. I thought there's some cool scenes, like when Wolverine has to kill her because he's the only one that can regenerate and stuff. Like, that part was really cool.
Yeah, powerful scene.
Yeah,
Good special effects when they did the Phoenix, you know.
Yeah.
I was afraid of her, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That.
And so I just don't really care to see this again.
Right.
So I don't know. And it's also not Bryan Singer directing. I believe it's Simon Kinberg, and I know he's a screenwriter. I don't know if he actually has directed anything before.
I believe this is his first.
Yeah, and that's a very big project. So like, I don't know.
Big actors too. I mean,
yeah. So I might just wait and get reviews first before I like get excited, because I don't know. There's just a lot of things stacking up against it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some cool parts in the trailer, and I like the cast. So.
Sure. Well, you know, the big headline recently, before the trailer came out, was reshoots. Supposedly they're doing like 70% reshoots, which is like, whoa, that's pretty much remaking the film, I imagine.
Yeah.
So it's not good, I guess. Yeah, it's like they pitched like, hey, let's remake The Last Stand. How about we do that? Because, man, there's a lot of beats in this trailer that I'm like, wow, this is just like The Last Stand. Stop it. My problem with The Last Stand was they killed some characters I think should have not been done. You know, definitely Cyclops. He never got his, his due. And I feel like they're doing that now, finally. But again, I think there's a scene where they're going to kiss, and she's like, I can control your power. Like, oh, no, not this again. Come on now. So I am digging the Cyclops' new visor. I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, I loved their looks at the end of the last film. That was the best part of Apocalypse, was we finally got as close as you can to the 90s look.
Yeah,
you know, they had some chrome and stuff thrown in, but Mystique had her white outfit thing. It looked great, and I just had a feeling like, yeah, that's all we're going to see of those costumes.
Yeah, because they're gone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now they just got like big X, and you know, good for them for like just throwing it out there on Front Street, like giant X's. They're not trying to hide it with, you know, black leather, and so it's kind of got that. And looks like Mystique's Jennifer Lawrence has been toned down a little bit more. I guess she has eyebrows now. Like they're making her more human,
different.
Yeah, they're making her look more human. You know, I don't. It can't be because Jennifer Lawrence is like the biggest star in Hollywood right now, or anything like that, right?
No,
I mean that's not the reason why she keeps transforming into human form when she in First Class was mutant and proud. You know, why would she do that? So it's like she doesn't want to hide her face or.
It's in the makeup chair for 4 hours.
Well, they made the makeup better. That's what's funny about it. You know, it's practically a suit, I guess, now. She just puts on, and then they add things to it. It wasn't like Rebecca Romijn, what she had to go through. I think she even got, like, sick from the first X-Men movie makeup.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
So toxic, you know.
That's crazy.
You know, this is their last hurrah, I imagine. MCU's got to be rebooting all this.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they have to get rid of all these actors. Bond did it with Casino Royale. They carried over Judi Dench from the Brosnan era. And they basically just took the best of what they had, and it was fine. It worked. It worked. It was like a reboot, and she was back at it, but she was a different kind of M. She was really acting more outside of the normal type of format they had for M prior. So I think they could do that in this case, just given they have Michael Fassbender. You know, honestly, if Lawrence doesn't want to come back, I don't care. I really want an actress who's going to commit to that character.
Right.
Or maybe we don't even need Mystique. Mystique's a villain, actually.
Exactly.
So
that's my point.
Right.
she's like the leader of the X-Men now, and it's like, what? What happened here? You know, Apocalypse also had the Wolverine Weapon X thing. That was interesting, I thought. That got really brutal. But then you have Logan, and that pretty much is Jackman's last time. So you won't see him again.
Right.
Unless the MCU can really talk him into it. Supposedly, Chris Hemsworth's trying to do that because they're both Aussies and they could probably, you know, get each other to get on board. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried, but again, I know this can get rebooted. So I don't even know if the turnout will be good. You know, I think a lot of people might just be ready to move on. And, you know, like you were talking Days of Future Past, that movie was such a love letter to the X-Men that I enjoyed, you know, before it kind of got crazy with The Last Stand and the Wolverine Origins film, which they ignore now.
Right.
But it was nice to see all the characters back and they survived and Cyclops didn't die, you know, things like that. So we'll see, you know, after this trailer was released, they pushed the release date even further back. So, it must be a real mess if they're doing that. They probably had to do something. They had to give us the trailer. And, of course, they have X-Men New Mutants coming, which was to be a darker take. So That's getting reshoots as well. So it's a big mess, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
sounds like it.
I think Disney will come in and they'll do what they do. They'll fix things.
Exactly.
Vice. This I guess I knew they were making this film, but never in my life I would think I would find a Dick Cheney story to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Christian Bale's playing Dick Cheney, and man, he's doing what he does best.
He has a temperament for it, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll get the audio footage soon.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks really good. This is an Adam McKay film. He did The Big Short, which was a take on the financial crisis of, the Holmes, and kind of was a comedic take. But I think it was a good balance. They couldn't really depress you for a whole movie, so they made it entertaining, put some humor in there. Also made you do a lot of math that I still don't understand how things went down. But there's actually segments in that movie where they give you a lesson, and I'm still like, I don't know. My brain hurts. This looks good, though. Sam Rockwell, he just, fresh off his Oscar win, he's playing George W., and he's doing a really good job. He's really channeled him pretty well, and that's how this trailer begins. They're basically, I don't know if they're in Cheney's backyard or W's eating a chicken leg, of course, and trying to talk Cheney into being his VP, and basically Bale delivers a line like, he's like, I'm a CEO of a big company, and then they go into all of his involvement in the past. Then he's like, if we could come to a certain agreement about his vice president job, then they'd have a deal. And of course that means like he gets to pretty much control everything. Right. Set things up. So I think a lot of people fear this will glamorize Dick Cheney. I don't think it will, because this movie is made, let's just face it, it's made by a lot of liberals. They're not going to make this guy a hero.
Right.
And you got Steve Carell, he's playing Donald Rumsfeld.
Oh, wow.
And Amy Adams is Lynn Cheney. So, great cast. Might go see this. I never thought I would be up for it, but I don't know.
Will we get to see him shoot somebody in the face?
Yes. There's actually a scene where he's sitting in a car. I kid you not, full hunter gear on. He's sitting in the car like a limo or something. And in the back seat, the door opens and he shoots a shotgun. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that captures a lot.
Good for him.
Yeah. Only they could do that, right?
Good for him. That's nice.
I like, in remembering back, I think the guy who got shot in the face by him apologized for getting shot in the face. Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a big check.
What does that conversation look like? Hey, I'm really sorry that you shot me. I really am.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have had a face.
Where's my teeth?
Right.
Yeah. That's something. I don't know if you guys seen that trailer or have any interest. I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of mixed. It might not be a big turnout. I don't know. The performances alone look great.
Yeah.
But just given, maybe it's a movie that should have came a lot longer after he's passed on. I don't know. But yeah, Bale gained weight obviously for the role, and I'm sure he's got some prosthetic makeup. I would hope. Jeez, I mean, you push your body that way, it's not good. Yeah, I look forward to that. That's December 21st, so that'd be a early Christmas present to everybody. A Dick Cheney biopic. Daredevil season 3. I finally saw the trailer to this. Didn't really know much about it. I knew Kingpin was coming back, obviously, which is something a lot of us want to see. He's rocking the iconic white suit finally, looking very comic booky. He's coming to his own more than he ever has. And then noticed Daredevil was back to his kind of his Buccaneer black outfit, which, a lot of people, I loved it too. When they first debuted that, people were like, oh, this looks like crap. But it worked for some reason. With this trailer, got a great twist at the end. It explains why he's back in his other suit, and it does a brilliant job. And Kingpin's not happy with Daredevil, so
I wonder why.
Well, and I don't know if this was ever in the comics, and I don't think this is a big giveaway because of Matt Murdock and him's encounter in season 2. But apparently, he knows who Matt Murdock is, and I don't know if in the comics he knows that or not. But
The Fall of Daredevil, one of the best comic storylines ever.
Really?
Kingpin knew who he was, completely destroyed his life.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to go there then.
I think that was a Frank Miller story,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, really? Oh, I look forward to that. Hopefully it ends well.
Right.
I don't know if you guys saw Defenders.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So are they going to do something with that ending? Like, are they going to transition us from the Defenders to this? Or is this maybe before the Defenders?
I feel like it's probably after.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. You don't find out, or you never know who's taking care of him, right? Because he's in some type of...
I did read some possible comic storylines. His mom is a nun in one of those storylines. So if you listen back, and it's been a while, but when he wakes up, I think someone says Mary or something like that. He's awake. That's his mom's name. So she left because I think she had mental problems or maybe a drug addiction, something like that. So she didn't die. Like, I mean, according to the comics, it might be different, but that would be really cool for him to have a parent back, you know, and another Catholic figure to confess to, maybe, you know, you could say. But yeah, it looks incredible. I'm very excited. Our last trailer is something that I know Tarrell is very excited about. I am too. I am a big Creed fan. So yeah, obviously we're talking about Creed 2. The second trailer dropped, finally giving us more Drago. So what were your thoughts?
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I was very skeptical at first because I loved the first Creed. And Rocky 4 is actually like my least favorite Rocky movie. Just because it's like kind of a parody of like Rocky movies. Like I feel like
You're right.
Rocky 4 is what I think people who've never seen Rocky think what Rocky is. Like, just like montages and just like ripped guys punching each other. But it seems it's taking like a really grounded approach to it. And like I honestly feel like really scared for like Adonis Creed because the villain just seems terrifying.
Oh,
yeah.
And like I don't like if there's anyone that could kill someone in the ring, it probably would be that guy. I'm really excited about it. Like, yeah. The only thing I hope Drago and his son aren't like complete villains. I hope they give him some like a little bit of depth so
Yes,
they're not
I
just
agree.
completely evil.
Yeah, that'd be so 80s.
Yeah, exactly. But aside from that, it looks incredible. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm with you too, because it's like, you know, Stallone says in the trailer, that boy was raised with hate. A lot of people say Rocky 4 ended the Cold War. There's even a cool like mock documentary about that experience, and you got historians like when he made that speech, it just changed things. And so it's interesting because I don't know if I can't remember back to Rocky 4 right now. Did Drago and him kind of have a "you're cool" or some moment like that? I don't know, but they definitely have that stare off in the ring in this trailer. I really hope there's dialogue, and it's depth. It's not just good, evil. You know, maybe I would hope for him to have regret for killing Apollo, things like that. Not being so like shoehorned, but just kind of like, you know, not being.
Well, Russia's the bad guy again.
Yeah,
so
well, that's
it's
true.
in vogue to be able to do this. Now, in the original Rocky 4, one scene that just still to this day just pisses me off, and not literally pisses me off, but it just is really just dumb, is, you know, they're doing the Soviet anthem thing, right? You know, and they're all standing up for it, and Dolph Lundgren like turns around to look at Rocky during the anthem. And it was just an awkward, weird thing like, hey, it's our anthem, man. You know, it's just so stupid.
It's like, wow, you are a meathead.
Right. It was, I don't know.
It'd be cool if you started talking. It's pretty cool, huh? It's production value, right?
Right. I don't know. That was dumb.
So I wonder, you know, if Adonis wins in the end of this one, if Stallone will try and grab the mic and have another speech.
I don't know. He's really done a great job since Rocky Balboa.
Yes.
Kind of fitting into the egotistical part of it, I think. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's really gotten back to the core of the character.
Well, I think they started out obviously in 5, and that was a bad taste, but Rocky had damage from that film. So it wasn't like he was superhero, godlike, you know.
Right. And I think the only reason people didn't like that film was because no one wanted to see Rocky with brain damage.
Right. And be poor again. Yeah.
And
which works for the character.
Right.
That's how he gets the urge to fight, and, you know, he wants to do good by his family, and they made it work finally with Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And that was great. And then it's also great to see it revisited in Creed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a beautiful moment in Creed when Adonis, I think, is in Rocky's bedroom or something. Rocky's, I think he's getting sick from the cancer treatments. He comes in. There's a photo of Rocky's actual child who passed. He played
Sage Stallone.
Yes, he played him in Rocky 5, and it's a beautiful moment because Adonis is like what happened to him in a way, and Stallone just said he's gone, he's no longer around. So you could take it as his son just left town or he died.
They left it pretty open, but
so he was able to kind of channel his inner pain into that scene. I thought that was a real great moment. So really dig their whole chemistry. Looks like they come to a lot of rough grips in this one. Adonis wants to fight, and Stallone's like, I like Stallone's line. He's like, your father died in these hands, and it's like, don't do this. And I like how they advanced Adonis's character too. He's a father now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just hope it's not predictable. It kind of feels like it's a little predictable to me. That's my only complaint. I'll be there either way. Ryan Coogler's not directing this. He's producing it.
Yeah.
Which, doesn't mean it's going to be terrible.
No.
I'll give it a shot. But yeah, it looks very cinematic. And Dolph Lundgren, I hope they really do something with that character.
Yeah.
And not just make it so one-sided like it was back in the 80s. This guy has aged. He has determination. Obviously, he trained his son.
Right.
Maybe without steroids this time, right?
Yeah.
Man, there's a hell of a workout he's doing with the ropes.
Yeah.
It's like in midair. I'm like, oh, no.
I did those this morning.
Yeah, I know, right? Right? Show off.
Yeah. Suck it.
Wait for that video, guys. We'll be posting that soon.
Yeah. Hold your breath until it comes out.
Yes. And exhale. So now we're into movie news. Birds of Prey casting. We got Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's playing Huntress. Journey Smollett Bell is playing Black Canary. I'm not good with these names. They need better names. Let's just call her Jolene. Yeah. Rosie Perez, she's playing Renee Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. That's what I think when I read that last name. Margot Robbie, guess who she's playing? Harley Quinn. So the premise of Birds of Prey is after splitting up with the Joker, Harley Quinn, and 3 other female superheroes, Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya, come together to save the life of a little girl from an evil crime lord. And that crime lord is most likely Black Mask, which I'm excited to see that villain on screen.
Finally.
And the rumor is Ewan McGregor may play him.
Really?
So we'll see. But if that's the case, does that mean we're going to see the Black Mask come off many, many times?
I'm sure.
It's nanotech, guys. It's nanotech.
Oh, God.
Well, that character never reveals his face, right?
I've never seen him.
Okay.
I haven't either.
I would guess he doesn't, because why
he
do
did
that?
on Gotham, but that's kind of a different,
Yeah. Thankfully, we can ignore it. We've got one person who loves that show. I get it's an Elseworld thing, and I guess I admire them for putting some of these characters out there. We've never seen live action before, but I like it to be done better.
Yeah.
And with Batman in the picture. So, yeah, I'm all for that casting. Again, I'm just nervous they're going to reveal his face constantly, and that to me takes away from that character. It's a mysterious character, and I don't know if he's deformed or what, but this will be pretty interesting, and hopefully not as big of a mess as Suicide Squad was. Because Margot Robbie could definitely do better.
I heard apparently story-wise, it's supposed to take place in a Gotham where Batman hasn't been there for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a part of Gotham or Gotham itself?
Apparently it's Gotham, but Batman hasn't been there for 2 years.
What?
Which I'm just not.
He doesn't take it off. He doesn't take time off.
Exactly. Which I'm just, because it really depends where in the universe they're placing this.
True.
Like if this is after Justice League, or I don't know. That little tidbit kind of has me interested, because I'm just wondering how exactly that plays into it.
I mean, that would make sense. They probably can't do their job with Batman around.
Exactly. He'd shut it down. So
that's interesting how they could do that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
There's rumors that possibly this is what ties it into Matt Reeves' Batman movie, and maybe that will offer an explanation of where Batman has been.
Okay.
So
All right, I'm
Yeah.
for it. I'm definitely for Affleck coming back. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of his. I hope Cavell comes back.
Hmm.
I really hope.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Gosh. Oh, WB, we love you. With that nugget, let's get into Venom, guys. Reaction hasn't been the best. I think audience is kind of 50-50. However, Rotten Tomatoes, I think the audience score is like off the charts. So if it is a piece of crap, turd in the wind, if you will, it's making a ton of money so far. And that might be because of the low budget. It's 100 million. So I have not seen it. We are very lucky that Tarrell has. And so whenever you would like, take it away.
Yeah.
And if you want to spoil anything, you may. Just warn
really?
us in the audience. So
Oh wow. Okay.
if that's okay with Steve. 'Cause I
Totally
know he's
okay.
dying to see it. So
I mean, I'll preface with saying that I never liked the idea of this movie to begin with. I think Venom without Spider-Man is completely dumb, and I haven't liked the
Exactly.
trailers. Honestly, not as bad as I kind of wanted it to be. But also, I don't know if I can say it's a good movie. It's somewhere in between. There's a lot of things that I think actually do work surprisingly. Like Venom himself, not Eddie Brock, because Tom Hardy's performance with him is like, it didn't work for me.
the accent didn't work then.
No, it
right?
didn't work for me. The actual Venom, like when he's on screen doing his thing, fighting people, it's honestly like exhilarating.
Mhm.
And the action is directed super well. The opening scene is awesome when the rocket comes to Earth and the symbiotes are released. Like everything with the symbiotes, honestly, is actually like super cool.
Mhm.
Aside from that, I don't know if there's music also very good. It's the same composer that did the music for Black Panther.
Really?
Like the original score. Yeah.
Nice.
And I love the original score for Black Panther.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah. So music is top notch. But yeah, aside from like action, the music, and Venom, a lot of it's just like it's just such a weird movie. Like you can tell, because I think Tom Hardy said that like 40 minutes of the movie were cut,
Yeah.
and you can tell because
Good idea there.
Yeah, because some things just happen just out of nowhere so quick and so fast. That's just like, all right, like so basically there's the ship crashes and they're able to round up all the symbiotes that come off the ship, except for one that is traveling across the earth, just jumping from body to body, trying to make it
Interesting.
back to the lab where the other symbiotes are. And this is kind of spread throughout the movie, and then it kind of disappears for a little while. And then like there's some scenes with Eddie Brock, and then and you already know the villain by this point. Raz Ahmed? I think he's from
Yeah.
Rogue One. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like just out of nowhere, there's just this quick 2-minute scene where he's just in his lab, not even in a suit, just like dressed like he's like at home. And there's this little girl there, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And then she like touches him, and then suddenly he's like a symbiote, and like that's his origin. It's just like
All right.
it's just like there's easily like 20 minutes of this scene that should like fit like, or like at the end, the big villain plan. This is a spoiler, I guess.
Sure.
The big villain plan is Riot, the symbiote that has taken over the businessman, wants to get into a ship to go to the symbiote planet to bring them all back to Earth to take over. And I'm not like an astrophysicist or rocket engineer, but I'm pretty sure if you have a rocket, you can't just hit a button and then it'll count down from 5 minutes and you just can't stop it at all. I feel like it can probably be stopped from there. Yeah, they hit a button 5 minutes and then like
Yeah.
They-
No
they
fail
said-
safe.
yeah,
None.
nothing at all. I don't. This
This
just
is
like
where the writers got tired, guys.
yeah, exactly.
Quick.
Like the final fight between Venom and Riot, like you can't tell at all what's going
Oh
on.
no.
It's just like
It's like snot fighting
CGI
snot.
blobs just like jumping around on the
Oh,
screen.
boy.
It's just like I don't know. And
Are they the same color?
no, Riot's like silver,
Okay, so there is a little difference.
little
there.
difference, and
Yeah.
he can shapeshift, which is the only difference.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like it was kind of cool, but yeah, and the humorous moments, like I think that's where a lot of people are split, because some people in my theater they found it funny,
Yeah.
like the turd in the wind stuff. You know, some people found that funny. There's some stuff I thought was funny with Venom, and their relationship with him and Eddie Brock is actually like really cool.
I like that scene where it can like it's still attached to him, but the face comes out and it's like
Yeah,
interacting with him.
Yeah,
I
stuff
thought
like that
was
is
really good.
yeah, I love it. And like he's just in his head if he's not even in the suit.
Mhm.
So like there's a part where Eddie Brock like breaks into a building and like security's coming up to come after him, and Venom's telling him just like leap out of the building like off of this top story because he's like, I can protect you, like, but he doesn't do it. He just takes the elevator. So like stuff like that is really funny.
Yeah. It seems like it's a film like, hey, this is what we could do if you give us the opportunity to actually make a feature.
Yeah, see, this is a good, like, if you just
concept.
if you took the Venom from this and just put it in a good Spider-Man movie, then we're solid.
Right.
Like, everything else really just, like, you could tell they were trying hard to tell a Venom story that didn't at all tie into Spider-Man.
Right, because they were limited. I don't think they could say Spider-Man. They couldn't say the Daily Bugle. I think they had to use a different name.
Yeah, they say Daily Globe.
Okay, yeah.
It's just dumb.
Well, it's like, if you can't say it, then don't say that at all. Don't change it. I was hoping, like, and a lot of people were, for like Tom Holland to be Peter Parker or something, some kind of, like, we could maybe go this way, but most likely we're not. Yeah. But of course, there was nothing like that, I take.
Yeah, I mean, if there were any Easter eggs,
no Iron Man in this one.
Yeah,
right.
No, there wasn't. Which honestly, I did kind of appreciate how it wasn't. Like for Homecoming, for example, I thought there's too many ties into like the bigger universe.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like a standalone story.
It's kind of playing it safe, because the other Amazing Spider-Mans didn't do as great,
Right, exactly.
I think they were like, we got to put Iron Man in there.
Exactly.
I've heard that reaction a lot. It's got a lot of good elements. It's not complete trash. It's got something, but it doesn't. They like you said, 40 minutes? Why would you cut that from a film?
Exactly.
Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you can tell a lot of editing was done to this movie.
Well, and they want to make like their own universe. I heard.
Yeah.
This is not the way
they
you
had
do
an
it.
after credit scene.
Okay.
It's cool in theory, but again, it's stuff that I would like to see in a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
I don't know if you want me to say what it is.
We can warn everyone. I'm cool. We can warn spoilers.
3, 2, 1,
go
action.
Yeah. So basically, it ends with because it takes place in San Francisco, and Eddie Brock goes to. Now I'm thinking it probably isn't Alcatraz because that doesn't actually function as a prison anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's
it's some off-land prison, similar to kind of like Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad. There's like a prison, but in the middle there's just like this big cage.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson's in it.
That's his character.
With this ridiculous, like, carrot top orange wig on. It's ridiculous. And he's like, when I get out of here, there's going to be carnage. It's like,
come on.
Woody, you would agree to that?
Yeah. Like,
did you cringe when you saw that?
Yeah.
You're like,
but the idea is exciting to see carnage. But again, that's something I want to see in a Spider-Man movie.
So Carnage was in the vessel, right? And it took Woody Harrelson.
See, that's something that didn't make sense. Yeah. Because they say that there's like 4 symbiotes that crash. One's Venom, one's Riot. And then the other 2 just die, apparently.
Okay.
Because apparently if they try and bind to someone and they don't connect, the symbiote dies. Which actually, I guess, kind of does make sense if it's
it didn't like land in flour or anything. Get absorbed.
Right. Yeah.
It's a pancake now.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I don't know where the Carnage symbiote would come from.
Interesting.
But they do say there's a whole planet.
Well,
and
when they were making this film, it looked like they really were trying to make something special for the fans, and I was definitely like all for that. And I remember when I think they went to Mexico for some con event, and they covered the whole audience in like this black fabric at the end. Like the idea was we are Venom.
Yeah.
So I was like, you got Tom Hardy. He usually chooses projects carefully. Michelle Williams is in this thing, which I heard she's kind of wasted. I don't know if you agree.
She is, but she's honestly
Yeah.
one of the better parts.
Right.
Even though she's not like
Sure.
at all at her full potential, she is still one of the better parts.
It's weird. I do want to see it still, you know, even though, like you said, there's some good stuff in it. It's not like total, to me, you know, it's been compared to Fantastic Four, and I thought
Right.
Fantastic Four had some good elements in it.
I thought it did too.
The newer one?
Yeah.
I'd say it's better than that.
Okay. So,
I'd say.
yeah.
And this is and I honestly didn't completely hate Fantastic Four either.
right.
But I'd say that this is it's
The
more
effects look better. Or it's more comic booky. Well, the
Effect-
symbiote, I mean.
the effects,
Symbiotes,
the effects
right?
come and go.
Isn't that the debate? What do you call these things? Symbiotes or symbiotes?
They in the movie they call it symbiote.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of fans are like, they changed how they say it.
Yeah, because in the trailer it's like they say it's symbiote.
Right.
But in the movie
yeah.
they call it symbiote.
They changed it.
Yeah,
then.
so,
yeah. Gotcha.
They fixed it after the nerds freaked out.
Get my inhaler. Was it like 80 minutes or so long? I heard.
It did feel really short.
Jeez, they could put 40 more minutes in that sucker. Come on.
Yeah.
They don't. It's like they don't ever read the news. Like, go read what WB's done.
Yeah. I will say
Learn.
I could understand maybe if it's stuff from the beginning, because it does. I think Venom doesn't come in. I don't want to say halfway into the movie.
Yeah.
But thinking of how short it is, it probably actually is halfway.
Yeah.
And like it does kind of have like a really good introduction to Eddie Brock and like his investigative reporting life and whatnot. But then it still kind of keeps dragging on after that, and you're like, okay, when are we going to actually get to Venom? And so I feel like a lot of the 40 minutes is actually from that opening, and it was probably cut just to get to the Venom stuff.
Sure.
So I can maybe understand on one hand, but I think overall as a film, it probably did hurt it a little bit. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to see it still.
yeah,
I do.
I mean, it's like I said, it's not completely bad.
Right. I do have Movie Pass, just to point that out.
I canceled.
You did? Yeah. I had mine for a whole year. Or
You did the year sign up? I was doing the month sign up, yeah.
Well, make sure you actually did cancel, because I heard they're like changing
Weaseling?
it. Yeah. They're like, no, you're not.
I'll kill him.
Eddie, let's kill him. Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing that review.
no problem.
That was very, very nice surprise, because I didn't think any of us would see it and be able to talk about it. Some TV news: Jon Favreau's Star Wars series,
Mandalorians.
The Mandalorian. There you go. Thank you. The DeLorean.
The DeLoreans.
Yes.
And their midichlorians.
Yes. Oh no.
See, that's what I thought when I first saw the title. I forgot. I got them confused.
Oh no. Yeah. Don't do that. I don't think they'll ever mention that, will they? Yeah. This is really cool. They shared an image. It looks like Boba Fett, like armor. You know, he's another bounty hunter. This new character. This takes place after the Return of the Jedi.
That's what has me most excited.
Yeah,
because I want to see like a live action story in between.
Exactly,
you know,
and it's something we've never seen.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I think Battlefront 2 had a similar story when you see the fall of the Empire. So, I what I hope is, if it's true they're canceling these one-off films, the Obi-Wans and the Boba Fett films,
Right.
This show might help revitalize. Like, okay, we'll make more movies, because right now it's like we got Episode 9 and I don't know what we got after that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of fizzled because of Russian bots.
Russian bots.
Talking about that, you know, supposedly they hurt Last Jedi. They gave us false criticisms of the film. And, you know, I have some problems with Last Jedi, but not at all, enough like the prequels.
Yeah.
That would explain a lot. And if that's true, it really did a good job, because Solo, you know, did not do well. And it's out now. I did buy it. So I hope the video sales improve the box office there.
Solo was great.
I still need to see it.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Of fun.
I really did. Yeah, it was a fun movie, and Ron Howard directed it, and I never thought he would direct such a film. And
yeah,
you know, I think the behind the scenes drama, you know, affected people's wanting to see it. You had a lot of the probably Russian bots saying, "Oh, this movie, it's just it's a mess and it's not good." So yeah, I think this television series from Jon Favreau is going to be a great thing for us.
Yeah.
And hopefully if Disney is cutting back the movies, maybe it'll make them have a second thought on it and decide, let's just go for it. They could totally do it. Keep that December release date. I think that's what also hurt Solo. It was too soon.
Yeah.
You know, let's get the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Make that a year old and then give us something
Don't
new.
saturate the market,
Right.
especially after a controversial episode.
Right. Which I think we've talked, Empire back in the day would have probably had the same effect.
Yeah,
you know,
people
without
weren't
Russian
that happy
bots,
after
perhaps.
that came out. I was there for that.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, as a kid I thought they killed Han Solo when they put him in the
Oh no, Carbonite.
man.
Yeah, I thought he was dead. Yeah. Cuz I didn't know. I didn't know the tech or what led up to it, but it was just like, "Oh, he's dead." No. That series looks great though. $100 million budget, I believe. So they got a lot of great creative people coming on board. I think Taika Waititi is going to direct some episodes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
You think it might be too funny?
Yeah, that seems just
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, like I like Thor Ragnarok, but it is a little too goofy.
Yes,
Because he's a great
agree.
comedian director. There's no doubt about it. I
Yeah.
just don't know if that's how I picture Star Wars. But
Yeah, you got to stay true to the characters. I do like his work outside of Ragnarok, and you know, I did like aspects of Ragnarok. But yeah, there was moments like I think we needed to feel more than to just have a humorous moment interfere. You know,
Yeah.
And taking in like a planet being destroyed.
Little bitch emo Hulk.
Yeah. You got to see his butt.
That's
That was
true.
hot, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that, Josh. You're right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
I mean, it was
redeeming
cool.
quality
The
of the
advanced
movie.
Hulk, though.
Yeah.
It was cool. They did that, and the effects look great. We'll see what happens. But I think Bryce Dallas Howard may even direct some. I don't think she's ever directed.
Huh.
Pretty sure she's gotten some lessons from her father.
I would say definitely.
So,
Yeah.
and she's been on a lot of sets herself. So
Uh-huh.
I think she'd do a great job with that. Well, let's get into comics.
So the DC Universe app is continuing to get more content on it, at least from a comic perspective. They have, I don't know if it's 20 or plus issues of the new Teen Titans from 1980.
Nice.
The Marv Wolfman and George Perez run, which it was extremely popular at the time. X-Men was really popular, and this is kind of like DC's X-Men almost.
Sure.
And the quality creative team behind it. I mean, I'm rereading them right now, and
Excellent.
they still hold up super well, and it's really, really, really cool. And you got Robin's old classic outfit, the legs. You know.
Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's like, Bruce, is this necessary? Yes, put them on.
Yeah. Put on.
Get
Put
those
on the little
shoes.
shorts.
Who designed it? Alfred?
Yeah, right. It's fabulous. So that's on there. And then I'm also rereading Shadow of the Bat, which was a 1992 Batman title that came out. At the time they had Batman and Detective Comics, and then they had Legends of the Dark Knight,
Nice.
which was kind of itself old school, wasn't really intertwined with the current
Sure.
timeline. And then Shadow of the Bat came out. And I'm rereading that because Norm Brayfogle was the artist, and he just passed away last week.
Yes, R.I.P.
One of my all-time favorite comic artists, and so it's just fun rereading those because those stories were really cool too. But Alan Grant wrote those, and Brayfogle was the artist. Brian Stelfree's covers, which were just gorgeous. But yeah, it's nice to see that they're putting out more comic content on there.
It's building.
Right, and it's still not enough to where I'm really super excited about it. But I mean, they've got some cool stuff on there,
Sure.
absolutely, and it continues to build. Whereas like with the Marvel Unlimited app, it's almost overwhelming because they have almost every last comic with the exception of the prior 6 months, you know?
Wow.
So more than 20,000 comics, on that app. And it's amazing because I haven't read Marvel this much in my entire life as I have in the last year.
Yeah.
But it's so it's just cool to see the app, coming back around.
Well, I see those comics pop up, and I haven't read them, so I need to do it one of these days. I keep looking. Definitely the other night when I thought Titans was going to be there too, and I was like, "Where is it? Where is it?" I think people just need to be patient. It hasn't even been a month yet, right?
Right. Yeah, and Marvel Unlimited was out for a few years before I ever even got it. So I mean, I don't know what that launch looked like at all. You know, it could have been very similar. I mean, but I am very hopeful with the DC universe because it's got enough for me to keep poking around. I mean, it's not like, well, I just read everything and now I'm done.
Right.
There's a lot to run through, but I think it's worth the cost. And you've got all the cartoon movies and everything on there. It's awesome.
Yeah. I was able to see some of those. I've been dying to see Gotham by Gaslight. Love that.
Yeah, that was great.
Bad Blood.
You
recommended
the Batwoman.
that.
Yeah,
man, that was really good. I can't wait to see. What's her face? She's gonna play Batwoman on Arrow. Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait to see that character. I kind of thought it was like a poor knockoff of Batgirl. Like, let's just call her Batwoman. But no, she's got like guns and stuff.
They made her very different.
Yeah.
She has a military background.
Yes.
I mean, she's a very, very awesome, phenomenal comic character. And I was like you. At first, I'm like, Batwoman, how many more Bat people do we need? What's happening to my life? No.
Batmite, here we go.
Right, exactly. Let's bring that back for God's sake. But yeah, Batwoman has been a very welcome inclusion to the Bat universe.
She's badass, and I like her look. Yeah.
Bat ass.
Badass. Hey, that's the title. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Multiple titles.
It'll get censored though.
Right.
Been there, done that. Yeah, I'm happy with the app, and yeah, it's just continuing to grow. The original series they got coming out, Titans, Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Those are really gonna, Harley Quinn. We got a look at the animation. I think they released a still. What's her face from Big Bang's voicing her. Not sure if everyone loves that idea, but
Did you see the trailer?
I didn't even know there was a trailer.
Yeah.
That's how bad I am,
Oh,
right?
wow.
I'm the freaking
Nice.
host.
I think it's more like
like,
a teaser announcement type of.
Yes.
I don't know if it tells any story, but
How did you feel about it?
it was cool. Really funny. Kind of had like I haven't read much Harley Quinn in the comics. Did she break the fourth wall like Deadpool?
A little bit.
Does she?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because they did that a lot in the trailer.
Yeah.
which I was like,
Like,
oh,
oh.
I didn't know Harley Quinn could do that. No, it looks really funny.
The Harley Quinn comic is just a riot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, if you take yourself really seriously, as a fan,
Right.
stay away from the book, but it's a good time.
Nice. Yeah. You got that original content, so I think that's what's going to help this app.
I like how the
shine.
well, and as you mentioned, I was looking for Titans the other day because I
Yeah.
saw reviews about how good it was. The first 2 episodes
Yeah.
that people saw, and I didn't realize those were coming out of Comic-Con. I thought it was just live reviews happening.
Yeah.
And so I'm on the app digging for it. Where the hell is it?
Yeah, they got your hopes up.
Right. Yeah. So October 14th. That's the release for Titans.
Nice.
So,
I'm totally there.
yeah, and I'm hoping, I don't know if they drop them all at once, because I know we were talking about that, or if it's just like, one a week or whenever, whatever.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting what they do with that.
Because if they drop that all at once, I might take a day off and just binge the crap out of it.
And watch it again the next day.
Yeah, it looks great. The trailer looks great. I'm excited.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And, great app. IDW, they're doing this 2020 series of comics. They're kind of one-shots. They own practically everything now,
Right.
it seems. So they're celebrating 20 years. That's what this 2020 means. And one of the one-shots they got is a story 20 years before TNG. And it's with Picard on the Stargazer, captaining the ship, with Wesley's parents in the background for the cover. It's really cool. I'm very excited about it because it's some of that fan fiction I've been wanting to know or read. And maybe it's been out in novels before, but it looked really cool. You got Picard in the Star Trek maroon uniform.
Yep.
And he's doing his finger salute as, engage, and he's got hair. That's neat.
Right.
Maybe it's a wig. We don't know. But yeah, you got Crusher's parents behind him. It's really cool. And I definitely want to get that. So that's also coming out.
So I think it comes out October 33rd. I have that written down.
33rd? Yeah, I thought 34th.
Was it? Well, you might be right.
Yeah, no, I just found it January 2029.
Okay,
So
good. Perfect.
that's when you can expect that. And, as we're talking comics, I want to remind everyone we have a special episode out there we just released called, Comic Talk. We had Dan Umpton on from the Doomcast. It was fun. We had Voodoo Ranger beer we were drinking.
I bought some.
Did you?
I still have a few left at home.
Did you bring some? No? Okay. I'll just play the Hulk music. I'm going to go walk off.
I'm sorry.
No, we had a great time. And, it was just fun to see 2 comic guys talk, and I try to add some stuff to it. But, yeah, mostly you guys know what you're talking about. And holy crap, there's so many things thrown out that
we
the knowledge.
talked a lot.
It was great though. It was fun. It was
It was one of the most fun shows I've done. So that was really fun.
So go check that out after you check this out, of course. So Tarrell, we have you here. We've talked before about, you're a filmmaker. You made a few films that are fantastic. You just released Top Secret. Want to tell everyone about that and your other projects?
So Top Secret, which I just put out, I think it was last week already. Wow. Yeah, that was like a little sci-fi short film music video. I'm not quite sure what I want to throw it as yet.
I really dug it.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
cool.
you.
I had that song in my head for such a long time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, that was super fun to shoot because, yeah, it's just literally just making stuff that I loved as a kid, just kind of like a tribute to it, and didn't have to be too worried about it not looking cheesy, because it was just goofiness, and yeah, I just had such a great time filming that, and it's been awesome to see like how everyone's been responding to it.
Yeah,
because to me, it's such like I love it, but I don't know if anyone else is into like, such specific things like giant monsters or aliens,
retro
yeah.
sci-fi.
Exactly.
Oh, I dug it very much.
Yeah.
I wanted more.
Yeah.
Like you could easily imagine these characters, other
yeah.
missions, and I love your special effects were great.
Thank you.
The flying saucer and then the alien planet. I don't know how you did that, but that was really cool. And amplified that that blue or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Color grading was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sweet.
Oh
yeah.
man.
I'm actually here in Des Moines right now because on Monday I am going to the Iowa Public Television headquarters.
All right.
Yeah, because they have this program they started 2 years ago called the Film Lounge, where Iowa filmmakers can like submit their work. There's a Halloween section and then like a February section, which they kind of play with the Oscars and whatnot. Yeah, and I managed to get into both of them. So,
congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
It's well
big.
worth it. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah,
That's big.
and so they're also doing like video interviews that they're going to intercut
Sure.
on the TV channel with it. And so I'm down here right now to do the interviews for it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were just here for us. All right.
This is the press tour. This is what this is.
Yeah, you're right.
So-
Right. Is that why his agent's out front? Okay.
That's why we can't ask him this huge
Don't
list
do
of
that.
questions.
Don't do
Right,
that.
exactly.
Yes,
you know,
yes. I guess you could talk Venom.
Right.
It's kind of a tough subject.
he only wants the yellow M&Ms. I don't know. You know, he's really picky about
Sorry about that. We
Right.
didn't have those.
3 cubes of
Sorry.
ice in his water. I mean, you know, you just
Voodoo beer. Steve dropped
right.
the ball on that.
Yeah,
Thanks, Steve.
Totally, that's my bad.
Yeah.
But, no, but yeah, I mean, it's that that's a big deal for you. You know, that's some great
Yeah.
exposure and
It's fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, I mean the your films are just very high quality and it's
Thank you.
Deserved recognition, I think. So you on Top Secret, you've gotten a lot of positive response thus far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has said it sucked yet. So that's
Good.
that's always a good sign.
That's a plus. That's a
yeah.
plus.
Track
Good.
those people down.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Send
I
some,
I like in the alien mask and the costume.
Mhm.
Was the blink digital or was that part of the mask?
No, I put that in.
You did?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It looked sweet.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was an effect. I mean, it really didn't. I was like,
No,
is
it's
that
great.
Yeah, I mean, was it something going on? A string or what?
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
something.
amazing what you can do.
Yeah,
It's
it's something I figured I should probably put in because if not, it would just be just the bulging eyes all the time.
Right.
So it's like I wanted it to seem kind of like a living
Yeah.
thing, So that was just a little detail.
You did a
yeah.
Spielberg thing or Lucas thing with the Ewoks, right? You made them blink,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
Yeah.
And he didn't wait 20 years or whatever. Yeah, no.
No, did you
it
go
was-
back and do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I mean, honestly, it's one of those changes like I'm okay with. Some
Yeah.
of those changes were great.
Some
I
were,
thought.
subtle and cool, and others
Jabba
were a little
yeah,
weird.
Get that Jabba out of the New Hope. That's not.
yeah, I skip that every time.
Yeah.
He stepped on the tail. Isn't that clever? Like, no, it really isn't. It looks bad.
Yeah.
Looked bad then. No, but that's great. What you can do. It's amazing to me. Like, yeah, that had to be so trippy to for anyone to be a part of it, especially acting in it. Like, when they see the final product, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, we were just looking at a sky.
Right,
We were
yeah.
just looking at this. And
Yeah,
now,
it was-
now this is here. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow. This
Yeah, they had to
looks-
completely use their imagination for like majority.
Sure,
'Cause-
pulled it off nicely. Yeah, that is fantastic. How long did it take you to do all the special effects for that?
Not too long.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I think we shot the film in July, and yeah, it's maybe like a month or so on and off working on
Sure.
it. So yeah, it wasn't anything too crazy.
You kept WB out of the editing bay.
Exactly.
We've got this.
Exactly.
Thanks. Go make Space Jam 2.
One of my favorite things about it was, in so many old, movies where the alien comes down, or even, it's the aliens are always like a little less, they're more stoic and things. And this one just looked like kind of the loose cannon type,
Yeah.
He's
guy.
like, let's
It was-
party.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was just awesome. The alcohol.
Yeah.
It was badass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I
that's
love
right.
it. The fedora and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. It
That
was
was a lot of
touching
fun.
too. I don't want to spoil it right now, but yeah, the ending was very cool.
Yeah.
We all been there, I think, and
It just it had a lot of layers to it. It was
Yeah.
it was a fun film.
Oh yeah,
nice job.
I've watched it
Thank
several
you.
times, so yeah, big props. Thank you for being here and sharing. This is great. We know a filmmaker.
Yeah,
It's quite
right.
something.
So what's the next movie coming out?
Right now I'm actually planning to create a couple like just really small horror shorts
nice
for October because we did this last year and the year before.
Oh,
And
that's
so
cool.
yeah, every month we try to do like a little collection of horror shorts. Right
Yeah.
now we're just in the process of kind of like getting together and coming up with some ideas
Sure.
of what we want to do. And then there's some other films I shot during the summer that I'm just editing right now. Don't know if I want to get them out this year just because I kind of like to space stuff out because
Yeah,
I
it
got
takes
you,
a while,
yeah.
but yeah.
Sure.
nice.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah, and we look forward to the Iowa Public Television stuff too.
Yeah.
That'll be
Yes.
really cool.
for sure. We'll share that link on our
Yeah.
page whenever it comes across. But yeah, I'll be tuning in and waiting for it.
Yep.
So that's fantastic. Yeah. Well, thank you for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Really fun. I know we talked a lot of stuff, a lot of catch up. So
Sure.
thank you for helping us out with that Venom review.
Yeah.
Big help. I don't know when I was going to see that. Maybe I'll wait right now.
Right.
I don't know. With all that said, we'll be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
I'm Terrell.
Take care.